Your person of interest is very restless. Specifically, I'm sensing that they woke up earlier than usual. They're waking up earlier than usual, very restless, but I'm sensing an adrenaline rush from this person. Like their adrenaline is pumping and they are ready to rush towards you in the Knight of Swords kind of way because they're wanting to clear the air with you about something in particular. There is there's a worry about how you're perceiving them right now. And they've been kind of fixated on connecting the dots of everything that went down in the past. And so they're assuming you see them in a really bad light right now, and it's bothering them. My name's Christina. This is Spiritually Fit Tarot. Be mindful of fake accounts. I'll never reach out to you. If you're in need of a private reading, you can book with me at spirituallyfittarot.com. All of my legitimate social medias are linked in the description box below. Who is this? Spirit Guide Universe. Who is this person that is restless over my viewer? How would my viewer know if this reading is for them? Okay, we have somebody who has been very in and out. This is giving playette type of energy. Wishy-washy. Okay, came on strong, pulled back just as strong. And this could have been like a little dance you two did together in the past. Very attractive, okay, and exciting, passionate connection. Very unpredictable connection. Things gave both of you a jolt of energy in the past, got your blood pumping, but ultimately I feel things have kind of ended up in a space of confusion, and I don't think that you and someone parted ways on the best of terms. We have the Nine of Wands here, the Sun. Give me just a moment. If you need to speed up the video, you can adjust the speed of the video by tapping the gear. I do need a moment here. Horses could be significant. Sunflowers. Okay, maybe children are involved too. For some of you, doesn't have to be the case. Somebody thought they had you figured out. And though I don't think this person wanted to harm you in a malice sense, but there is a sense of wanting to kind of trap you and control you here in the past. And the color red could be significant too. A red scarf, potentially. Okay, doesn't have to be that, but I'm sensing the color red. I feel this person, as of right now, is very perplexed by who you are. A lot of people could be, because we have this Five of Wands energy. Take it how it resonates. There could be another person, an outside influence here that has severe jealousy towards you. And it may be because of this person. For some of you guys, this person could have baited the situation in a way where they had options and had people fighting over them, essentially. This person could have tried to drag you into a competition with another person for their attention. Someone had a real good time in the past doing all of this too. I just I feel like they're having a wake up call though right now. I'm sensing somebody here. They couldn't crack you. They're showing me an egg. It's like this person, they couldn't crack you. And when they thought they had you figured out, they didn't. And they know that. And they're really at war with themselves. And it's kind of hard to hide this, okay? Um, Tell me more about this situation. Spirit Guide Universe, tell me more. We got Sagittarius here, by the way. You could be a Sagittarius. They could be a Sagittarius. It's just energy. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces here. I mean, we got the Queen of Cups. This is a simple case of somebody took your kindness as a weakness. Somebody may have thought that you had like an endless supply of love and interest in them. And I feel like you could just be a compassionate person, a loving person. And with the Knight of Wands here, you may have actually found yourself in a similar situation before in the past. Three of Cups, 10 of Wands. People are talking here. Trying to talk their way out. We have the Wheel of Fortune. I feel there could be people gossiping, okay? If you're intuitively, the Queen of Cups here, your intuition, your spidey senses went off about this person. Okay, but you decided to dance with the devil anyway, right? Now, I'm sensing there could be people here that are, having small talk, gossiping. I feel like some of these people are trying to talk their way out of karma that they've created for themselves. We got the Hermit it's like they're trying to avoid going within. These people made a mistake, okay, and may have said something ridiculous about you. And I do see that it's kind of eating away at them. You got a couple of people bothered, but it's not you, it's their past behaviors. Okay. And I do sense that these people are trying to talk their way out of the karma they've already racked up. But the only way they're going to be able to clear this karma is by going within, as we all have to, right? For some of y'all, family could be involved here. This could be somebody you were married to, even for some of you, doesn't have to be, or they could be married. It's a general reading. It's important that you only take what resonates and how it resonates. But you're showing up as very patient, very enlightened. And I am seeing that you do have this person, but I'm getting there's a couple of people here that are very worried about your perception of them and very worried about some sort of bad karma or, cause and effect. Even if these people don't believe in karma, they're like kind of worried about the consequences of their actions. And it's almost as if they feel like maybe they can try to twist what has already been done or said about you. And anything to avoid going within, right? I feel like these people are having a hard time facing their own shadows. Some of them are doing it, though. I will say this with the 10 of Wands, it looks like there could be some involved that are actually kind of taking accountability here. They don't like it, but there's no other way to spin this anymore. There's no other way to spin the truth about who you are or what happened here. For some of y'all, a court case could have even taken place, or a spiritual court. Okay. Take it how it resonates. I could be speaking metaphorically. We got Virgo here. For some of y'all, there's a Virgo really in their head about you and potentially maybe something they've said. Don't get too hung up on the zodiac signs, though. How does this person truly feel about you right now? How does this person truly feel? The person on your mind, how do they truly feel about you? How do they truly, the Wheel of Fortune? I mean, it's like they feel karmically tied to you. Would they word it that way? I'm not sure. But when I say karmically tied, it's kind of like there's some sort of contract they're feeling. When I say that, they can't shake your energy. They're feeling a very intense magnetic pull in your direction. They want to extend an olive branch your way. Sagittarius energy, Aquarius, Scorpio, Leo, Taurus is here. I'm also feeling like this person may feel like that they've racked up some sort of karma in all of this. What comes around goes around type of energy. We got the Two of Swords. Ultimately, this person and these people could never handle whatever it is they've done here. So I'm just sensing like wanting to make something right because they feel called to do so. And they're feeling called to do so because, I mean, I feel like you're in this Nine of Pentacles energy. Single, right? You could be single or you've broken free from the situation. And it's very telling. It's very telling right now who's on the right side of karma. It's very telling right now who's on the right path and who isn't. And I'm sensing people are triggered. And I just did a reading yesterday about people being triggered. So if you haven't watched that, go watch that. It's right underneath this one. I mean, this person, when it comes to their feelings towards you, got the Two of Swords, the Wheel of Fortune. There's a lot of avoidance here. It's like deep down they know that they need to set the record straight. They could have lied about you, you know, especially if they weren't able to actually fully attain you or keep you, right? This person could have spread false information about you in order to make themselves feel better. You know what they say? What do they say? You know, people talk bad about you in hopes that other people won't find you so appealing, but that's not what I was getting at. Be careful hearing rumors about someone because it could be coming from a woman that's jealous of her or a man that couldn't have her or couldn't keep her. That's the type of energy I'm picking up on here. Now, whether you're male or female, apply it how you see fit. Okay. But this person's really at a stalemate within themselves. And, they know they're in two minds about it, right? Part of them feels like they should just kind of leave it be, right? This could be someone that has heavy Libra in their chart, right? They got that they're still feeling like they need to like analyze the situation, weigh their options, the pros and cons of doing this. But ultimately they feel called to do something about this, but there's a lot of avoidance in their energy. I feel like this is somebody that avoids most negative feelings, right? Negative feelings, they don't feel good. And I think that this is somebody they could be a cardinal sign too, by the way. I'm sensing somebody that's very impulsive, sensing somebody that is very pleasure seeking, anything that feels good in the moment. Okay. This person could be a cheater or have a history of cheating. How do they see you? How do they see you right now? What is their perception of you right now? The sun? I mean, you're all they can see, right? The sun is blinding. Just imagine looking into the sun, okay, without your sunglasses. That's like it's so bright they really can't see much. It's kind of like being blinded by your light, almost in a sense of not believing your light. This is the energy of like, okay, maybe you're coming across as like, really bright, really shiny, very positive, like you're coming across as a good person, right? They know you're a good person to your core. I mean, they know it. You're definitely somebody that brightens up a room, brightened up their day. Um, but they're very drawn to your light still. And they don't really know why. Seven of Cups. They don't really know why. Okay, somebody could be doing a lot of drinking too here. Or just I'm getting like a lot of distractions. This person likes to put a lot of distractions in front of them. It's like they could have shiny toy syndrome too. Like this person just again, I mean, they have a hard time really stopping, and they could live like a really fast-paced lifestyle for some of you guys, but it's like this person has a really hard time checking themselves. Any pleasure they can focus on in order to distract themselves and keep themselves from doing the inner work, that's what's happening here. Now I'm just checking in with the energy today, right? Energies fluctuate. Just so you guys know, energies can fluctuate. What people want fluctuate, how people feel fluctuate, people's perception. All of this it's constantly fluctuating. Okay, what I can tell you is what I'm tapping into right now. And this is definitely an energy that fluctuates a lot with the Wheel of Fortune and the Knight of Wands being here. Tell me more about how they see you. Why the Sun? Judgment. They are worried about your perception of them right now. That is weighing on their mind. And that is another deciding factor here on whether or not they come forward, because they're like, okay, how do you see me? How are you perceiving the situation? Part of me wants to clear it up with you, but another part of me, I'm kind of afraid to know what you're thinking. I'm kind of afraid to know how you're seeing me. And there's this energy here of fearing your judgment on them, fearing you've come to some sort of clarity and conclusion about them, about everything. Because they're recognizing a shift in your energy for sure. I don't know if this person is like watching you online or, obviously I do see a lot of people. I've seen a lot of people in this reading that could be, you know, uh, communicating, gossiping. Okay. I'm not here to bash people who gossip. I think that's like a human condition. Everybody gossips. It's the tarnishing somebody's reputation or painting. It's the intentional um, hurting another person gossip that's kind of sickening. But I'm not necessarily seeing specific things that are being said, but I do feel like, some people are saying good things, some people are saying bad things, and it has nothing to do with you. 9 times out of 10, it has to do with how they're feeling that day. But I am sensing that this person, they're seeing you in a very free light, like almost as if you have every right to place judgment on them, on everybody else in the situation. They know that you see clearly. They're aware your perception is crystal clear. And you're kind of shining a big spotlight on even potential issues that you're not even aware of within this person's life and even other people potentially. Yeah, confirmation. There's definitely some gossip here. 3 of Cups. And your perception, the way you carry yourself, okay, the Sun Judgment card, it's almost as if give me one moment here. Rain could be significant, okay? But I'm definitely getting you are like the sun that comes out after a storm. As cliche as that sounds, there's some sort of resurrection that Phoenix rising up from the ashes. You're coming across as very powerful to most people. Like your perception is powerful, your clarity, your ability to rise to the occasion here. So there are a lot of positive things being said about you and about your character. Give me just one moment. But ultimately, if this person could go back in time, do things differently, they definitely would. I feel like I'm picking up on a couple of people here. We got the Queen of Wands. You're very charismatic. You male or female, you could have like the Marilyn Monroe effect, okay? Where maybe you don't have to do a whole lot for people. You could be very beautiful, very handsome. Maybe you just don't really have to do a whole lot for people to talk about you, okay? But there is something coming out. Like, I feel like people are saying great things about you to this person. There are people saying positive things. And I'm trying to decipher the significance of it. We got the Eight of Wands here as well. I mean, you look very powerful, like you're elevating in some shape or form, or you're bound to elevate. I mean, I'm seeing a lot of admiration for you. Just in general, it's coming through. And I feel the significance of it is people are saying positive things about you to this person. You may have spent a long time proving yourself to people over the years, and people they remember you for being very sunny, very positive, but now you're just kind of more brighter. Like you are able to spread that light wider now than you ever could before in whatever this environment is. Some of you guys may have relocated, you may have moved. Okay. That's very specific, but don't take it if it doesn't resonate. How are you feeling right now? How are you feeling? We have the Nine of Cups. Okay. Queen of Swords. You feel like you know what you want and you're not settling, Queen of Swords, you do feel like you're seeing things clearly, which you are. I feel like you're seeing people pretty clearly right now. I wouldn't question your judgment with this Queen of Swords, Nine of Cups. I'm also seeing you in a very, how do I want to describe that? It's like you found a place within yourself to where you do know what you want. You've seen enough to be able to tell what is a wish fulfillment and what isn't. You've seen enough to be able to tell who is and isn't worth your time. I mean, I see that the Queen of Swords, the Queen of Swords, sometimes she can say things that are very off-putting, and sometimes the Queen of Swords can be a little blunt, and it may come across as a little too direct or off-putting to some people, but it's almost like you don't care anymore because nobody can really do anything for you, okay? Or nobody's ever really been able to do anything for you or has even tried to fulfill you in ways that you fulfill yourself. So, I feel like you just don't care. And if you care now, I'm here to tell you that give it some time. You ain't going to care anymore. After you go through the transition and the transformation you need to go through, which you're either already on the other side of it or you're well on your way to it. We do a lot of our transforming and we don't even realize it. And when we're in the middle of it, I I shared a video on Instagram. I reposted one. You should go watch it. She talks about how you don't see that you're in the middle of your transformation. You can't see it, just as the butterfly can't see it, right? The butterfly can't see itself in the cocoon turning into goo. It's just in the cocoon turning into goo. And then it comes out and it doesn't realize just how amazing other people see this transformation. You can't see yourself the way the outside world is seeing you right now. But that being said, I do sense that you are really stepping into your power. Okay. You could be a Libra. You don't have to be. Let's see. What's the outcome to all of this with the current energy? What's the outcome? We got the 6 of Cups. Okay. Tell me more. So, especially if you're dealing with a Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, or Sagittarius, and definitely seeing some sort of reunion. But don't be too hung up on the signs. I'm seeing you and this person have some sort of heart-to-heart moment in the future. I'm seeing some sort of potential forgiveness, okay? And I'm seeing that there's some truth spoken here between you and this person that kind of reestablishes some sort of, I hate to say it, but trust, That's what I'm getting. There's some sort of trust getting rebuilt between the two of you in the future through connecting and bonding and kind of leaving things. So it may not seem that way now because whatever's going on, this is a mess. But I do sense that there's going to be at least an opportunity, right? Everybody has free will. The tarot is telling me that there's going to be an opportunity presented where you both get the chance to speak your truth, and forgiveness and understanding and trust being reestablished. The potential of that is very high. Okay. Whether you and this person actually go through with that, that's besides the point. But the opportunity will present itself for clarity, forgiveness, and some sort of olive branch getting extended on both sides, is what I'm seeing here. So there's some sort of reunion happening here in the future. It says, no more running. I need your love. Drowning, overwhelmed with responsibility, deep emotions, conflict. Yeah, I do feel like this is bad blood. There could be you and this person may not be on. I'm definitely getting that you guys were not left on great terms, or there's some bad blood between the two of you right now due to some sort of inconsistency or fighting, or potentially even just outside influences here. This person does feel like they're drowning in some sort of conflict, okay? There's conflict going on around them. Could be about you. Take it how it resonates. Forever question mark. This person's questioning their decisions, okay? They're questioning, it says life partner. It says impulse, crave, lust. That's the thing. Now, I'm not saying that you two are in a relationship in the future, but there's definitely going to be some sort of opportunity for you two to reestablish some sort of connection. The 6 of Cups can be like kindred spirits, okay? But it's almost like the opportunity for you two to get on the same page is coming in. And I feel, we have forever, question mark, desire, crave, impulse. This is something strongly standing out to me. This is somebody that has a tendency to be very lustful and crave passion. This is somebody that craves drama. Like they need it to feel turned on. They need it to feel excited about life. It's almost like this person, they definitely thrive, or I should better say enjoy, right? People can thrive in chaos, especially if you were raised in it, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. What I'm seeing here is this person, they kind of crave the chaos, right? They can have a tendency to create the drama, create the chaos, because it makes them feel a sense of like desire and passion. And that is an issue here. Okay. What would they say to you if they were honest right now? What would they say to you? What would they say to you right now? It says, I can't stop thinking about you. So you probably feel this person pulling on your energy. But that's what I have for you. We do have heavy air sign here. Okay. Doesn't have to be. You could be in your chart, could be in their chart. We also have fixed sign energies. Leo is here specifically. Pluto, oh, we got Scorpio energy, excuse me. Sagittarius is here. But those are the main signs I'm currently seeing. But as always, it's just energy. Don't get too hung up on the signs. And I will see y'all in the next one.